Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Street Crypto here, back for another video. In today's video, I'm going to talk about Avalanche and its native token of Avax. So Avax is currently sitting at $96.06, seeing a 13% increase in the last 24 hours, hitting a high of $98.48, with the current market cap of $21 billion and a volume of $1.2 billion with an 85% increase in volume. So looking at the all-time charts, we can see that Avax hit highs of just over $50 back in the earlier run of this year, and then a low of $10, and is approaching the $100 mark, and we are currently sitting at or near to all-time highs for Avax. If you don't know what Avalanche is, essentially Avalanche is a layer 1 blockchain that functions as a platform for decentralized applications and custom blockchain networks, and it is quoted as one of Ethereum's rivals, aiming to unseat Ethereum as the most popular blockchain for smart contracts. It aims to do so by having a higher transaction output of 6,500 per second while not compromising scalability. So Avalanche has seen a massive growth in the last couple of months, even with the project first launching towards the end of 2020. We've seen just an explosion in ecosystem regarding Avax. If we have a look at DeFi Llama, this is the total value locked on the Avalanche ecosystem, and since about March of 2020, we had $10 million in February just in total value locked, and then it's just absolutely exploded to near enough $10.59 billion, and this run in August started at around $300 million mark in total value locked, and just has been steadily climbing ever since. So what does this mean, and what does this indicate? Well, this total value locked indicates that people are choosing the Avalanche network as a new option for putting their assets into and using different projects and protocols on Avalanche, and it is growing at a really exponential rate. It's up nearly 30 times in total value locked since August even, which was only a couple of months ago, and it's just been going really insane. So this is really important to note in terms of price action, because as this total value locked stabilizes, or in my opinion, I think it's just going to steadily keep increasing, the Avax token won't see these huge drops that we've seen just because it's gone up. So what I mean by that is Avax has gone up from $10 since July. It was at $10 in July, and it's at nearly 100 now. But I don't think we're going to see it at $10 again if this total value locked stays at least above $1 billion. Like, the total value locked is not going to really disappear. People aren't going to take away all these funds that quickly. So this is something to note for the Avax ecosystem. But Avalanche, regarding some news, is the Tether tokens are going live on DeFi platform Avalanche for low transaction fees. So essentially, stablecoin Tether USD tokens go live on Avalanche, Avax USD, a programmable smart contract platform for decentralized applications, and the company says in a release. So Avalanche in the past 48 hours has hit an all-time high of $98. However, USDT holders can now use the Avalanche network to send USDT to experience low transaction fees at a fraction of the cent. Now, why is this important? Well, because Tether has the most market cap out of any stablecoin, sitting at nearly $75 billion in the stablecoin market cap. So the fact that they're launching on the Avalanche ecosystem is going to bring a lot more easily accessible funds to Avalanche, therefore increasing total value locked on the ecosystem, therefore increasing demand for Avax token, therefore increasing the price. Now, the last thing I want to get into is just some quick TA. Having a look at the 4-hour, this trend since the end of October has been respecting this upward trend line, and Avax hit resistance at around about $98.50, as I mentioned before. Now, the next major resistance is at $100. Well, we're really not that far away from it, less than 2 to 3% now. But the thing is, Avax is trading near all-time highs. So you have to be very careful when you're buying Avax for the first time, because obviously people who bought in even down here near $50 are going to be taking profits at $100. $100 is one of the major psychological levels for resistance for Avax, especially because there isn't much overhead resistance in terms of sell orders above $100, because $100 is just that even number that people have been looking at since $40, $50. etc., etc. So you have to keep that in mind, that $100 could be a quite difficult level to break, especially for these whales that could be dumping on new investors. However, if I see $100 coming up very, very soon, especially respecting this upward trend line. I see us at least wicking to it. Even if we test this trend line down here, I think $100 is going to happen very soon. And if we do respect this trend line again, a buying opportunity at somewhere between $90 to $91 could be a really, really promising position for a 10%, a quick 10% gain back up to $100, as long as we don't break down from this trend line. So the thing I would say is just being careful, as I mentioned before, of a breakdown of this trend line. We saw a similar move back in September, where we saw Avax absolutely explode, again gaining around about a 138% in less than 2 weeks in a pretty downward market in September. However, once we saw this trend line break, we got a breakdown here and then a retest. We saw a drop of around about 30% in 10 days. So that is something that's on the cards if we break down from this trend line again. Now that would see us drop from around about $90, 30% testing support at about $70. So that is a possibility if we do get a breakdown of this trend line. So the two options I'm saying for now is testing the overhead resistance at $100. That is likely is going to happen even if we do break down eventually. I imagine $100 will come very, very soon. And the thing we would want to see us do is breaking this $100 mark and then at least using it as support. We don't have to, keep flying up, but at least some consolidation near enough $100 before the next move up will give us a lot of support towards pushing near enough $110 and then $120, etc., etc. And considering its market cap is at $20 billion, that is a decent amount of market cap. It's not exactly a low cap crypto anymore. It's nearing a blue chip crypto. So just don't expect it to give you 10x returns within 1 month. I just don't think that's quite reasonable for Avax. Maybe in the long term, hitting a market cap of $200 billion or $950 in price is reasonable. But just for the short term, I see Avax hitting $100 and then seeing some kind of correction and testing support at a minimum $85 to $79. Now that is where I'm going to be looking at buying up some more Avax for the next run. And then if we do get a breakdown of this major support at $80, the next is at $70, and then at this major support of around about $52 to $56. Now this is where I would be accumulating as much as I can, because I know that the next couple of months are going to be really big for Avax and for crypto, if that happens. But I would say the likely case is testing $100 and then either finding support or breaking down the trend line and testing back towards $80. But that was just a quick video on the Avax token and the Avax network. If you guys want me to check out any other cryptos, let me know down below. But I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.